Okay, so the next thing that we need to do, now that we have hidden file extensions showing on our computer, what we need to do is for any given homework during the week, we need to make a folder structure that goes with that homework assignment. So for example, if I were doing homework 1 for week 1, I would start by making a new folder wherever on your computer you're going to locate it. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and call it homework 1 just as an example. And then what you need to do inside this folder is construct the basic folder structure that you need to do a website with. So inside the homework 1 folder, what I'm going to do is make some subfolders. So I'm going to make another new folder, and I'm going to call it images. And if we are going to include any pictures in our web pages, we're going to put those pictures in this images folder, no place else, in the images folder. I'm going to create another new folder called style sheets. And style sheets are something that we're going to create as we get further into the semester. We'll probably start using them week 2. And we're going to use style sheets to control how web pages look. And we're going to store our style sheets in their own folder. And if we want to bring any other elements into the web page, like if we were going to do PDF documents or things like that, we would make folders to hold those items. So this is just the first step. You create a basic homework folder, make sure you have an images and style sheets folder inside of it. If we need additional folders, we'll create them as we move through the semester. And then once you've done that, you open up your text editor. I'm using Sublime. I think I suggested that Sublime or Brackets have been the two most popular text editors on our campus. I'll be using Sublime for the entirety of the semester. So there will be differences between, if you choose to use Brackets, there will be differences between how the two text editors work, but usually things are fairly similar, and if you find that I'm doing something in Sublime and you want to be able to do it in Brackets, it's usually just a matter of Googling to figure out how to do that. So when I open my text editor, what I want to do is open a folder. I want to open the folder I'm going to work in. So in this case, I'm going to open folder, and on my desktop, I'm going to slide over to my homework 1 folder and open that. And now my folder structure will show up on the left-hand side, which when we're programming and we have a bunch of style sheets going on, this is going to be a very convenient way to access those files. And then the final thing that we need to do, when we construct a web page, it has to have a page called index. And it can be, and then it needs an appropriate file extension. So if it's an HTML page, it can be index.htm or index.html. When we move into working with PHP, it might be index.php. The key is when you type in a web address like google.com or heritage.edu, the web server looks for the index page, and the index page is what it serves up to the public the first time a web address is keyed into a browser. So the index page, if it isn't there, you're just going to get an error message or a file directory, but you won't serve up any content. So the next step then is to create an index page in my folder structure. So now I'm just going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in my homework folder. Homework 1 right here, and I'm going to type index.htm, which is, or I could do HTML, it's my choice. Either one would be okay, and I'm going to hit save. And that's the basic start to creating a web page.